Hey there. So today I wanted to talk to you about anger because there's a little bit of that going on. It can affect individuals dealing with people pleasing and the imposter syndrome quite differently, which is not something I knew at first. But both scenarios are going to involve complex emotional dynamics. So let's talk first about anger and the people pleaser. That's kind of my favorite. People pleasers are often prioritizing others' needs over their own. And over time, it's going to lead to internal resentments and to anger when their efforts aren't being reciprocated by the other person or even acknowledged. This suppressed anger just kind of festers and grows. It can manifest itself maybe in passive aggressive ways. I've done that. Or a sudden outburst when you just can't take it anymore. This is all stemming from your unmet personal needs, and you are feeling undervalued. So, what about anger and the imposter syndrome? Now, that sounds kind of similar. I thought they were the same, but they're not. The person experiencing imposter syndrome is going to feel undeserving of their achievements. If people are patting them on the back, it makes them feel guilty for having achieved something. And they are living in fear of being exposed as frauds despite the fact that they're being very successful right at the moment. This internal conflict is going to lead to frustration and anger, but instead of being directed at someone else, they're directing it at themselves. It's an inward thing because they're struggling with their self-doubt, with their self-esteem, and the pressure to continually prove themselves. You'll see that imposter syndromes are often very perfectionistic. And perfectionism, by the way, is it's a stress response, sort of in the anxiety. If you start going to a therapist or something, they'll start saying, oh, you're feeling anxious. But unlike people pleasers, the imposter syndrome's anger is so self-focused. It's arising from the belief that they are not genuinely competent. So it's not, I made a mistake. It's, I am a mistake. And then they feel angry at themselves for being that mistake. So what are the key differences? So people pleasers are going to typically send that anger outside of themselves once they hit that wall. And it's rooted in these unmet expectations. You should have done this. But in contrast, individuals with the imposter syndrome are going to direct it inside of themselves, just doubting their own abilities. And the causes, the underlying causes, it comes because the people pleasers are worried about the external interactions and the perceived lack of appreciation. But when we're in imposter syndrome, that is coming from a sense of internalized inadequacy. And when we can understand these two distinctions, it can be crucial in addressing and helping the specific emotional challenges that are going to be attached to each of these behavior patterns. So the next time you feel angry, stop, respect it, notice it, lean into it, see which direction it's going. Is it directed at someone else where you're blaming someone, you want to kind of make them hurt, like they're making you hurt, or is it directed at yourself? And if you're finding either of those, that's going to give you a big piece of what you need to do. And in the next couple of videos, I'm going to share with you a little bit of how that might work if you wanted to fix that. Because you deserve to feel seen, heard, and respected. So until next time, bye now.